everyone, get ready for the ass-whipping truth today. On today's show, we have a deep dive into truth bombs, all about prosperity and things you probably don't even know, and the real stories that no one wants to meet. So stick around and you'll get to meet our guest in just a few minutes. But meanwhile, I want to welcome all of you to the show. I am so happy to have you step into the miraculous with us today. And I am your host and guide, Joan of Angels. And guys, I'm an intuitive guide. My mission is really to help you remember who you are, why you're here, your purpose and your mission, and then help you align your body, mind, and spirit to step into your power. So you can visit me at joanofangels.com and grab your free ebook on how to know your purpose and mission right there. But meanwhile, if you are new to the channel, and I'm so glad to meet all of you, really, please like, subscribe, and share out the videos and help us grow. So enough about me. I'm about to introduce you to my guest, who some of you already know. It's Jaymatta of April and Jay. We have Jay without the April today. Spiritual entrepreneurs, founders and hosts of Spiritually Raw, founders of the Ascended Masters story. You're going to hear all about it. And creators of Spiritually Raw Secrets to Broadcasting Riches, a master course, Awakening the Power of Your Voice, and Spirituality Raw Secrets to Interview Riches master course, which I took, by the way, which I can tell you is great. So 7 steps to the Grand Slam interview, even if you have 0 experience. So perfect. We are dedicated to helping conscious business and individuals harness the power of their higher self and awaken the voice within to optimize their success in business and life. Jay has a great philosophy. We are all the creators of our destiny. Abundance is a state of being, not a state of having, and goes beyond the borders of tangible, cold, hard cash. So guys, I want to introduce you to Jaymatta, and I want to tell everyone how I met Jay. So I met Jay before I even bring him on for you guys. I met him through our dear friend, Victoria Reynolds. And one day I was saying to Victoria, I feel like I should be broadcasting more and more. I should have more and more shows in my life. And I'm like a broadcaster. And I must have used the right word because she said, oh my God, do I have someone for you to meet? And guys, I have someone for you to meet, Jaymatta. Welcome.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. Thank you very much. Welcome back, right? We're here together, yeah?
We are, well, first of all, we're here together on the show because this was like last December, January when Victoria first mentioned you to me. And you have been a life changer in my life, Jay.
Oh, wow. Joan, thank you.
And that's why we're having you on the show, Step Into the Miraculous, because I could say that your energetics and what you and April are doing have personally opened the door for me to have more of what I want. So that's why we're here. So tell us first how you got, like, how did you become you?
Oh, wow. So, my background is I learned very early on the trade of being a business person because I didn't go to college or anything like that. So I just knew that, okay, I had to figure something out and to live a lifestyle that I envisioned, right? And so, I got into business pretty early on in life, and the phase of it where me and April really got together and really created what we're doing. We actually had an insurance agency and a money lending company, and we had that 10 years, made a lot of money doing that. And it was really great. I mean, like I said, the money was great. I mean, it just, everything goes along with all that. It just wasn't soul fulfilling though. You know what I mean? We had the foresight, both of us, enough to say, hey, you know what? What's this going to look like 10 years from now? Do you still want to be like hustling like this or doing that? You know what I mean? And the answer was no. So anyway, fast forward, we sold it with nowhere to go and nothing to do, and really not a real understanding of the internet at that time either, because we didn't really work at what we were doing. There was no real purpose of being on the internet, sending emails or that's it. So we took some time and really figured out the internet. We're both very, very spiritually just, inquisitive, let's say, right? About what's really out there. So we figured, based on like how we had always learned our trade. So like in financial services, we were taught really at the art of the interview, like how to interview people, right? And that's how you get that's how you get your stuff. So we said, okay, well, let's at least do that. I mean, we kind of know how to interview people. So that's the best way for us to learn what people's spiritual experiences are, how they're going through their lives, and learn different belief systems. So we started doing that. And that actually turned into a show kind of almost accidentally called Spiritually Raw. So that's how we are here today.
Wow. Okay. And so tell us about Spiritually Raw, because I love your show. So tell my audience a bit about it.
Yeah, so Spiritually Raw is really we cast a wide net there. So that's everybody belongs in essence. So it's like we take a look at all belief systems. I mean, all faiths, religions, whether they're upcoming, past, previous, as long as it's not hurting the innocent. But whatever people believe in their mind, we really do think that there's a sprinkle of truth there, or it wouldn't be said. So we interview everybody, the Catholic priest to the psychic medium, to the Satanist, to the alien, to the incarnation of, the Apostle Paul, to whatever. But they share with us their journey, because it's going to at some point connect with somebody, right? So somebody's going to find something out of that and maybe make it their own, or they're going to be like, I don't want it. So we say on the show, hey, take what you want and throw the rest away. So I would say we do say in our show, no topic is taboo, and we pretty much hold to that. We really do. We'll deep dive where a lot of places won't go, because it is important. It is so important in life for us to know all we got to. Oh, okay. So Joan, it's like all we have to know is each other's journey. That's how we learn to live, right? Is from someone else's journey. So we find out what their journey is and how can that help us in our journey called life. So that's the show. It's really, really cool though. It's really cool. It's like, everybody, no holds barred though. People would love it.
Well, I kind of like that. You have the title of Ass Whipping Truth. I noticed.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's kind of interesting when I became a chiropractor, I was living a life where I knew all these young people my age who was going to chiropractic school or becoming chiropractors. So suddenly I knew I could do it. It was within the realm of possibility, because I knew all these people doing it, and I was able to just step in and do it. So Spiritually Raw, then what's your takeaway from it? Because you're talking to all these different people, you're learning about everything, extraterrestrials, what's happening here on the planet, politics. Like, what's your take on planet Earth? Like, what's happening?
I mean, I think that, it's always a daily journey on that. You know what I mean? You're figuring it out every day. And that's why the shows, we do it so frequently, because you never know, something's there. But my takeaway as of right now, if you were to ask me tomorrow, maybe a little different, but as of today, my takeaway with this is that, look, we are all having a real experience right here. And we need to learn, really take a serious look at what our other sisters and brothers are going through right now, because this is really what I've gotten at the show. The biggest value for me is that again, it really is significantly helps me in my journey. It really does. So like when I'm getting the privilege to talk to you or to somebody else on the show, that is just profound. And it is really such a impactful moment as far as like how we all can grow, our spirits can grow, and our journeys can grow. So that's my takeaway there, is to really embrace everything with a really open mind. I do say, take what you want and throw the rest away, but really embrace, when someone's coming on, just hear what they have to say. It may or may not work, but it may just surprise you too.
Well, it's interesting. If you step back and you don't have an emotional response or a knee-jerk, response to it, it's really easy to see and purvey everything and get to the spiritually raw or ass-whipping truth, as I see that you like to call it.
Yeah.
One of the things is I was in your mastermind class. Let's talk about prosperity and abundance and your relationship to it.
Yeah. So my relationship to prosperity, here's the other, we really want to really help people wake up. Okay. So part of waking up, and a great awakening, if you could, people ask, what's the great awakening? I ask us all the time, what's that? The great awakening is we're entitled to this prosperity. We're entitled to mind, body, spirit prosperity. You notice people just say mind, body, spirit, right? They don't ever really say prosperity at the end of that. And we're really never. And we're really trying to say, hey, mind, body, prosperity, someone somehow in their infinite wisdom has taught you to leave that out. And that's not good, right? That's not good. So really it's about, I think energetically, we're part of a collective consciousness. I really do believe that, Joan. And I also believe that for us, that collective consciousness to work, not just, oh, I love you, you love me kind of thing like that, but for it to really show its action and to show its head, we all got to be vibing. And vibing is going to be things like, okay, well, watch out for those false light workers. Really understand who that is. And the only way to watch out for those false light workers is understanding what the dark light or dark world is doing. You know what I mean? So you
Right.
have to understand that. So when you hear a lot of let's say people like say, hey, you can't go to can't look at the dark or don't explore the dark. That's a false light worker. It really is, because there's no way you can defeat the dark unless you understand the dark. Right. So the dark's going to throw out different tricks at you and different things like, hey, don't worry, this maybe this global reset, or this is all happening today. You don't worry about anything. You sit back and you enjoy. It's coming your way. Right. Okay. And what happens is it takes you off your game. It takes you off your God-given right or goddess-given right and your ability to be able to earn, because you don't think like that. So someone throws you in those diversions there. People got to be careful of that, and also really admitting the fact that prosperity is a very, very good thing. It's not an evil thing.
It's not evil, like we've been taught. Like that whole thing, money is dirty, has been imprinted in people's consciousness. So you're suggesting that abundance is our birthright, and then
100%,
matter
100%.
It's our birthright, and we somehow have to raise our own vibratory frequency. You didn't say that to accept it, but I'm thinking that's the next logical step then.
You have to. I mean, and like this, people go on these groups all the time and they say stuff like, well, if you're spiritual, you wouldn't be charging, or if you had God's gift, you wouldn't be charging. Well, you know what? Delete. When you hear that, everybody, if you feel you're looking for that person, number one, I recommend don't engage with that energy. That's not good energy. That's an infiltration of the light. And when someone says to you, you got God's work going on, or you shouldn't charge for your messages because it's the truth, how dare you? You need to delete that comment if you are wanting to grow. And I'm telling you from experience, don't engage in it. Don't explain why you have to charge. Don't do anything. Right. Just delete the person out of your life. Get rid of that energy. That will start to create massive momentum and position you on the highway of prosperity faster than you know, when you do not engage with that. Because that dark one should engage.
And they do, and they're so subtle. Like you don't even know that it's impacted your thinking until it's almost too late. So exactly. The concept is, and the truth is that the universe wants us to be abundant. The universe wants us to accomplish all of our dreams, our hopes, desires, and visions. It's just this wall, or as you're saying, maybe the dark energy that prevents us from getting there.
Yeah, it's programming. It's programming, and it's not looking at it. It's like, looking at, again, you have to just understand we're born with both sides. I mean, we're born with love and light, and we're born with anger and dark. It's just in our DNA. I don't care who you are. If you one or the other, there's something really wrong with you, right? But to admit that is a good thing, because then and only then do you know how to, handle, and do what you're supposed to do there.
I know a lot of spiritual teachers who have really talked about having to learn about the dark in order to step into the light and clear it away. And I'm beginning to understand that's true. For many years, I was one of those people that, it's like, nope, talk to the hand. We're not going there. But even today, I had a client that we worked to remove dark energy. So I like that. So changing our vibrational frequency for abundance. Let's talk about your work then as a broadcaster and this new mastermind program that I took that has me on fire, electrified. I want everyone to know that the work with Jay is electrifying on 2 levels. He stimulates you and you can barely keep up with him. Okay. So he makes you want to raise your energy so you can master it. But tell us about those programs you have.
So we created thank you for that. I'm so grateful you were part of that energy. Really, it was awesome.
Oh, it was a great class. Great class. And I like that we connected with your other class and found out that, well, some of it was a little different. It wasn't the exact same thing. It's dependent on the people in your program.
Depending on the people in the program, that energy at that moment. We did so we've been doing this for 10 years, and pretty fast throughout this process really started to do well with it as a business. And so there's a couple of things we really wanted to put out there. Number one, it's like at this point in time, this juncture in our life, it is so important to have a voice vibrationally. So if we are going to converge our consciousness together, one thing is we got to, like we talked about, like you're sharing so eloquently, is that we got to raise our vibration. How do you raise your vibration? Well, the fastest way that I've found out, and I'm a pretty resourceful guy, Joan, you know that, okay?
Yes,
and if
absolutely.
there was another way, I would have found it. there's nothing faster than what we're doing right now. You know what I mean? Like
Right,
you and I having
direct.
this conversation is keeping us, it's keeping us at our vibe level right now. Like this is what, like people, if they're watching this right now, Joan and I, we're at our vibe level because I don't know anything faster other than maybe there's a medical procedure. I don't know. But that's it. So we said, okay, hey, look, you know what? People need to understand how to do the show. But then there's another level of that too. There's that, okay, well, I need to do a show, but then I also listen, how do I make this into a business and turn this into a prosperous venture? So, I can, live the lifestyle I want to do and support my family or whatever you want it for. It's your business. But,
All
at the end of
valid.
the day, how do I make money at it? Right. So
Mhm.
we created and boldly named it what it is, The Secrets to Broadcasting Riches. It's 10 years of our experience of going from A to Z of really working with setting up the relationships, how to communicate, how to really get everything engaged, how to energetically really create this vortex around you that really positions you strong for success. And I know you have the link there, but when they check out, there's a preview section, and people can actually go there and check out the preview and just see little snippets of the course and watch us engage with everybody. So then they'll get a vibe for themselves if they say, hey, you know what, I think I'd like to, really check this out.
Will I see myself on that video?
Yeah, absolutely. We'll see
All
that.
right, guys. So see another
The
chance
score's
to
got to
see
be
me.
there, right? We cut everybody else out.
They cut everyone else out of me.
Cut
No,
everybody else out.
okay.
Forget it. Yeah.
But so the truth is it was all about broadcasting riches. And I've noticed something. It's like you're always asking people if they want to be a broadcaster. Why?
Because I want them, there's nothing more healing about it. Again, raising the vibration on it. It is highly therapeutic. You will find yourself, I can say this, and I do this every day because I'm really experiencing this, but when you start broadcasting, a couple of things happen that you don't think of. Your confidence level goes through the roof very, very fast. All these thoughts, these toxins, these messed up thoughts that everybody has. I mean, don't feel bad. We all got them. They all of a sudden start to dissipate. They start to go away very fast. They don't really stay in your realm. It is highly therapeutic. When we ask people, say, hey, do you want a show? Because we're saying to you, don't worry about it. Don't worry about you've got something to share because you have a unique experience that you were born with that nobody else was born with. So you know what? Share it with us. Let's find out what we can learn from you. And the best way and the most effective way for you to share it, like what we're doing right now.
Well, it totally works, Jay. First of all, I notice that when I could be in a funky mood, but when I start to get ready for the show and think about what we're going to say, and then new wisdom comes in. First of all, I'm more brilliant than I ever was. I learn new things just by hearing myself talk what I'm thinking, but my vibration goes up. I'm
Yeah.
happy. And so I really get it. So you're looking for broadcasters also, right? For people who want
Yeah, I
to
mean, we want to really
learn how
help
to do that.
people along the way because there's a journey that people want to do. We want look, it's energy. We got to stay connected with everybody. Like people stay connected with us. We want to stay connected with people. Again, it's all going to grow. I mean, if we stand by the wave sides, people are talking about these things like a split Earth. There's going to be this dimension you'll go to or that dimension you'll stay in, kind of thing like that. And that's very real possible, but you have to vibrate. And now's the time more than ever to find your soul cluster and do that. And that's going to be by really just us connecting and people that are understanding that are feeling this message right now, Joan.
Right.
They're understanding the value of like, hey, I got to find these people. And maybe I do need to step up. There's nothing to be afraid of. I can promise you this, Joan. And I said this in the class, I think a bunch of times too, but you wouldn't recognize yourself 30 days from now. Once you start going, you almost won't even recognize who you were. You'll be like, I can't believe I was that person. That's how fast your life will change and can change if you really start to embrace your God-given gift and rights, and this is the fastest way to do it.
Faster than the speed of light. Okay, so I do want to attest to that, everyone, because I feel like I've gotten onto a higher track is the best way to say it. It's an elevated energetics, and I agree with you, Jay. And I'm excited about working with you. And I have to say that the class gave me a little bit more polish and a lot more direction on how to take it from a fun hobby that I just adored to figuring out, well, how can I turn it into my career, abundance for myself too, and for all the people that I work with. So I will say that you gave me brilliant new ideas with this.
Bless you on that. Thank you very
And,
much.
you
I'm
know,
really glad you got that
I'm
value.
very pro Jay. You guys can all tell. Also, Jay is his name starts with a J, like mine does, which is the number 9, which is a well, no, it's the number 1. But I have been told that there's a wing in heaven for all the J's, even though it's not ready yet. Okay, so don't go get your
Right
wing
on.
yet, but it is there because we do soul spirit work. All right, so now the last thing I want to talk to you about is your Ascended Masterclass.
Yeah. So very cool on that.
Okay,
So
go.
it's a store. It's called Ascended Master Store. And so this is really cool. Okay. So this is one of those divinely inspired things. These are the things that come up, everybody, when you vibrate and you manifest. They come up, they come to you. It's like you go to a special place, you wake up in the morning and you get the downloads. And it's like, whoa, not only do you get the downloads, you get the roadmap of how to be able to create it, right? So this was how Ascended Master Store was created. And it really was a vision of saying, okay, well, look, Joan of Angels of the world, they are fantastic teachers. People need to really understand what they're doing because they're buying these services anyway, right? So we created a store format called the Ascended Masters, appropriately named because that's what we feel that you are. So what happens is people will actually go to the store. They'll click on, let's say, when they click on the link, they'll go to, let's say, sessions. They'll click on products and they'll watch a 5 to 7 minute video of that person explaining their services, how they're going to benefit people, and how people can get a hold of them. So in that 5 to 7 minutes, they're going to know everything they need to know if they want to proceed with that person and or go to the next person. It saves so much time and energy from people just searching the internet, doing this, reading this, watching this. Within moments, you're going to know how this person fits into your plan and your journey called life. So that's the Ascended Master Store. It's fantastic. It's got an amazing energy. People should check it out. You're on there in multiple places, which is awesome. It's just a beautiful experience. It really is.
You know what, Jay? It's actually like you're a tribe. Okay, when one starts to engage with Spiritually Raw, right? You have your own membership site, you have your Telegram chats. I mean, I feel like you're a whole complete package in yourself of what you offer for entrepreneurs, etc. So the broadcasting is one thing that you're offering. The Ascended
Yeah,
Master Store, which, I think that's fantastic, by the way. As a content provider, it's great to have someone who wants to also host content truthfully.
exactly.
So,
Yeah.
so well done, Jay. I felt like an Ascended Master when I got the invitation to join.
Are.
Well, I know I'm Ascended Master. My guides have already told me that, but we surround ourselves with Ascended Masters. So, my last question to you, Jay, it's not where it's April. I just heard that. No, that's not my last question. How can people engage with you? What do you want them to do when they fall in love with you here?
Well, God bless you. You're so kind as far as that. I'm so glad you had that experience, and thanks for that. But what I would like for them to do is to, click on the links, just get a vibe for themselves, right? And just like anything in life, you'll watch our style. When you go to the show and watch our videos, or you check out the course, all that. Just check it out on your own. See how you like our style, and if you like it, then come and join the community. Really, it's that simple. There, the Ascended Masters, if they feel like, hey, I got some products, I got some services, I'm really, really blessed at what I do. I just need to get myself out there and get noticed. If you need help with that, just reach out to us. So the links will be in the description below. They can email me directly for any questions too. Just remember that Joan of Angels sent you is at askspirituallyraw@gmail.com. And yeah, that's it. Just let's get to know each other and see if there's a fit, like anything in life, right? I mean, there's nothing here. If we connect, we connect. If we don't, we don't. It's all good. But we gotta only one way to find out, right?
So what's so interesting is that when I said yes to Victoria and reached out to you, it really did change my life. And I know that there are times in our life when we say yes, it is a life changer. So I'm really appreciative of all you shared, Jay. Guys, I want you all to reach out to Jay. He's changed my life. His shows, by the way, are the bomb because really interesting people outside the box, the truth about things you've never even thought of. And spiritually raw, really raw because it's down and dirty and up in light, and it goes everywhere, is what I think. So you are an angel. So, guys, we're just so happy that you joined us today. I want you to make sure you like, subscribe, and share it on both my channel and Jay's channels, please, and check Jay's links out. And while we're at it, don't forget my job here is to help you step into your power this life, this time during these new, interesting times we live in. I help you remember who you are, why you're here, your purpose, and how to get your groove on to get there, aligning body, mind, and spirit. And please check out Jay and April and their work. Definitely check out the Ascended Master Store. And if you have a secret fantasy of being a broadcaster like Jay and I have, please, please, please do not hesitate to reach out to Jay immediately and say, Joan sent me. All right. So there you have it. And thank you so much. And we'll see you all next time.
Blessings, Joan. Thanks a lot. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah. Thank you. And Jay, thank you so much for being with us. Really appreciate it. Love.